Starting to do is I got to level the floors. And a lot of old homes seem to have a lot of uneven floors, and they seem to get a little unlevel near the old fireplaces. What I'm going to have to do is cut out probably from here to here, right where the level's at, and over there, and there's a couple levels of flooring. I'm going to get rid of a couple levels of flooring, so that will probably clear up about an inch or two, which will almost bring it down to a level. What I might end up having to do is put a thin sheet of plywall and a little bit of self-leveling floor leveler there after, and then the hardwood can go on top of that. If you're going to do it, you may as well do it the right way and have it nice and level. That way you're not stuck trying to shim up all your furniture that ends up going there down the road. I've done some cuts in the floor. That's where I had it marked out with the level. The area behind here is level. Up here is on level, and it goes up about probably almost 2 inches. So this is in the dining room, and that's going towards the living room. So the next thing I got to do is do some relief cuts in here and get in and start prying up this couple layers of flooring, and then I'll see what I'm actually into. Funny thing is, maybe I'll be regretting it and I should have put carpet in. No, it's going to look much nicer with wood flooring. It's what the house should have had. What I'm going to do today is put down the first couple bags of self-leveling cement. I'm just going to put it in the lower areas in the dining room. That's what I use with my Mastercraft 18 volt drill with the mixer, my bucket, and then I use a NovoPlan 2 Plus. It's self-leveling. It's a 50-pound bag. It's about $40 Canadian a bag, so it's very expensive. I figure I'm probably going to use about maybe a dozen here, maybe a little bit more. The last house we were working on probably used about 50 or 60 bags of that, so it certainly adds up. But again, if you're going to do the floors and put hardwood down, they have to be level, so you may as well do it right the first time. The thing I find with this self-leveling, it's very, very fine. So when you're pouring it in the bucket, always put a couple inches of water in the bucket, put about half a bag of that in the bucket, and then start mixing. Usually starts like slow. It is a lot of powder. And the thing about this drill, it's got a low setting, so it's a little more saltier. So I just get it started in the mixing, and obviously needs quite a bit more water, plus there's only half a bag in it. It's like when it's all mixed. I'll show you the consistency. You don't want to put too much water in it. Just want it, you can see that consistency there. Wouldn't want it any thinner. And so the next thing I'm going to do is start pouring probably from about that board right there over to there, which is going to fill in this spot. I'm still going to have to take out that board right there, and then I'm going to actually put a couple and then work my way down just like that. First bucket poured, and if you can watch it there, you can slowly see it creeping down, and in another minute or so this whole area is going to be filled. You want to pour it on the higher level and let it flow down to the lower level. And another big thing when you're using self-leveling is don't put too much on at one time. You just want to put a little bit down at a time there. You can see it flowing down that way there. And then, like anything, when you're using concrete, make sure to clean out your bucket and your tools before it dries up there. 10 minutes since I've poured it. You can see how it's kind of flowed out to the lower areas. One thing I use too is a trowel to kind of smooth it out a little bit and to get it flowing to a few other areas where I knew it was starting to get a little higher down here and it was going to start flowing out. I'll worry about that part when I do the last bag or two when it goes up there, because it's going to be a little more runnier and it's going to flow down. Another thing too, when you're using floor leveler, when you think you have it mixed 100%, when you pour it, you're always going to notice that every once in a while you get like a little lump. So when you notice that, just work it in with your trowel, and it will mix it rather than having a big chunk of cement that wasn't mixed fully. So again, that's what it looks like after approximately 10 minutes. And I'll show you what it looks like in a couple hours there. It takes a few hours to dry. I believe it cures fully after 24 hours. More of the leveling pour, as you can see. It's a little crack between the old floorboards where a little bit of the mortar has actually gone through, so hopefully I didn't. So here's the finished product. This is the dining room, and you can actually see how far the floors were at a level there. It's probably about 1.5 inches, 2 inches on the corner there. And again, I use the Novo Plan 2 Plus floor leveler, and as you've seen in other clips there, I had to actually take out the plywood and this flooring, and then I had to take out the original boards, which you can see were kind of right down there and right up to that corner, right about there. So this area here is pretty much, I would say, about 95% level. It's probably the best I'm going to be able to do in this area. And again, this house was built in 1870s, and I'll show you a clip of the living room. The living room. So this area here is pretty much done. I still got to take out the flooring in front of the and underneath the pellet stove, so I'm probably going to go right across there. I have to take out the original boards and put the floor leveler in this area here and spread it out probably to roughly here too. So I'm going to wait till we're a little bit closer to getting the new hardwood flooring down, just that way I can keep the pellet stove going. And again, if you watch my other videos, there used to be a fireplace here, and corner. It's going around the corner with the floor leveler, and used to be a fireplace here. The only thing I got to do to finish the fireplace is I got to get a little longer trowel for smoothing out where my crack fill went, just so it's a little bit smoother and you don't see kind of the crack fill edge going up and along and down. But anyways, just a little video on floor leveling. You can do it. Again, probably spend about 20-30 hours. I would say probably more, 30 hours or more by the time I leveled the floors and took out the fireplace on this side and on the other side. But it's a nice little project to get done. Once I get the new flooring down, then I'll be putting the wide baseboard trim all the way around, and that will clean it all up underneath, and we'll fill in all the scuff. Anyways guys, hope you enjoyed this little video clip. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed these videos, you might want to consider subscribing, and remember to hit that like button. Thanks again. Take care now.